If you've spent more than 10 minutes online this week, you've seen them. The videos promising you can make $5,000 by Friday using a secret AI trick and zero effort. But when you actually try them, the reality hits hard. You don't have an email list of 10,000 people. You don't have thousands of dollars in ad spend. And you definitely don't have specialized coding skills. You just have a couple of hours after work. The problem isn't a lack of options. It's figuring out which of these paths will actually trade those precious few hours for real dollars. To find the answer, we have to throw out the millionaire success stories. We need to look strictly at what happens on day one, week one, starting from absolute zero. This dashboard is our 7-day simulator. It's built to test these models under strict real-world constraints. The rules are simple: no existing audience, no pre-built website, and a starting budget of exactly $0. We aren't measuring potential wealth. We are measuring friction. We want to know exactly how much time and headache it takes to grind out your very first dollar. We're running 3 popular paths through the simulator: micro-freelancing, digital product flipping, and local reselling. By the end of day 7, we'll see exactly what that money cost us in time and effort. For micro-freelancing, the time and effort bar shoots up. You grind through saturated platforms, sending countless pitches just to get noticed. Facing a 100-to-1 rejection ratio to secure a gig, you spend hours on unpaid tests. Finally, week 1 earnings lock at exactly $80. It works, but it's a strict linear trade. Do an hour of work, get an hour of pay. When you stop typing, the money stops. That creates a hard limit. Your income is permanently capped by the number of hours you can stay awake and at your keyboard. We classify this as active velocity. It brings in cash quickly through continuous manual action. Micro-freelancing gets you paid on week 1, but because you can't scale it without cloning yourself, it's a dead end if you want to eventually step away from the screen. For digital product flipping, the blue time bar fills quickly as you design templates, while earnings stubbornly sit at 0. It's frustrating working for free. But then a sale hits, jumping the counter to $120 with a 95% profit margin. This is passive leverage. You build the digital asset once, and a computer sells it infinitely while you sleep. The trade-off is entirely psychological. You sacrifice the instant gratification of a guaranteed hourly wage in exchange for a slow-burning asset that might take weeks to gain traction. Digital products let you detach your time from your income, but getting through that initial dry spell is painful, which is exactly why most beginners quit before making their first sale. Our third path, reselling, requires physical movement. You're driving to thrift stores, scanning clearance aisles, and negotiating on local marketplaces. It also forces you to take on financial risk. You have to put up $10 or $20 of your own cash to buy inventory before you make a profit. For reselling, the earnings counter spikes to $200, completely outpacing the time bar for the highest return of our simulation. But the chart hides the dirty work: storing used electronics, finding boxes that fit, printing labels, and waiting at the post office. You are bound by the laws of physics. You only source what is near you, and you only ship what fits in your trunk. Once you hit a couple of $100s a week, you max out. Growing past that requires leasing warehouse space and hiring employees to pack boxes. Reselling puts cash in your pocket faster than anything else, but it ties you to a highly manual, geographically locked process. Most advice online treats these options like a multiple-choice test. Pick A, B, or C, and stick with it. That's a mistake. This chart plots our 3 hustles on an effort versus scalability quadrant. Instead of choosing just one, the optimal move is income stacking, running them in a specific sequence. In phase 1, you leverage the active velocity of reselling. You flip a few items locally to put $200 in your pocket right now. That creates psychological momentum. In phase 2, you take that $200 and buy yourself the time to build digital products. You dial back the physical reselling while that passive digital income compounds. The risk here is burnout. Sourcing physical items while designing digital templates requires strict time management. If you aren't organized, you will crash. But running this hybrid system solves your immediate need for cash today, while quietly building the automated assets that free up your time tomorrow. This matrix shows you exactly where to begin based on your current constraints. If your bank account is at 0 and you need grocery money this week, look at the first row. Start with micro-freelancing. If you have $20 and a vehicle, row 2 is your path. Start reselling to build your initial bankroll. And if your bills are paid but you have zero free time, skip the active grinds entirely. Focus purely on building digital products. Next week, we map out the exact operational blueprint to transition whichever beginner hustle you chose into a fully automated system. Here at the Money Engine, we rely on data to map out financial growth. There is no universal best hustle. There is only the right hustle for the resources you hold in your hand today. Choose your path and get to work.